Well, a very happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to Ozarks First Fast and Local. I'm meteorologist Natalie Nunn. Thanks for joining us. We want to tell you about two major crashes that we have been following all afternoon, and I want to show you this video. Look at this. This is video that's been released from the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority. Westbound I-44 has been closed due to a crash past exit 1 right on the Missouri-Oklahoma state line. According to Troop D, all westbound lanes in Missouri will be closed for what could be up to 8 hours, so most of the night. The Oklahoma Turnpike Authority said this is due to a multiple vehicle crash, and because of this accident, the Will Rogers Turnpike has also been closed. And then another one that we want to tell you about that we have been following throughout the afternoon hours, there is a crash in the Rolla area. It was a semi that had slid off. So one westbound lane on I-44 has been closed due to a semi slide off near Rolla. Now, if you have to go out tonight, you need to go to check the road conditions. Head to our website, ozarksfirst.com. We have a story. Roads are snow covered across the Ozarks, where we have listed all of the links to your MoDOT's Traveler's Map, your iDrive Arkansas, and the Ozarks traffic report. It's treacherous out there, and I don't know that it's getting better anytime soon. Now we bring in Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner to tell us about the conditions as we head overnight. Thanks for joining us, Jamie.
Hey, Natalie. Yeah, I mean, it's been a snowy afternoon, no doubt, across southern Missouri, northern Arkansas. It looks like we're heading toward the back end of this snow event, though. So I kind of wanted to start with a live look up to the north, up toward Lake of the Ozarks.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, you could see there's some breaks in the clouds. There's not been much snow there
I
today.
do see that flag flying around, though, so it's really breezy.
Yeah, still looking at brutal temperatures and wind chills. We'll head further south down to Branson, and in the Branson area, you can see roads are snow covered there. That is just off the landing, and you can see looks like probably 1 to 2 inches covering the ground and roads in that location. And then here in Springfield on the square, we're taking a live look right there. You can see we've managed to cover the ground here in the Springfield area. The official measurement in Springfield, and this is measured out at the airport, just shy of 1 inch, 0.8 inches of snowfall. I think south side of Springfield, heading south down 65, totals maybe closer to that inch mark or maybe even just above. Heading north on 65, the amounts do drop off. And you can see totals there across the area. One that stands out is Compton, Arkansas. That is pretty close to Jasper, Arkansas, to the southwest of Harrison. 4.5 inches of snow reported there.
Wow.
Harrison has reported 2 inches. You can see in Goodman, Missouri, over 3 inches. Branson, an observer there measuring 1.5 inches. And then again, the total here in Springfield, just shy of 1 inch.
And on their iDrive Arkansas map, all of the roads are covered, so it's very treacherous in their area as well.
And this is a powdery snow. I mean, this is very sugary as it came down. Temperatures as cold as they are, every bit of it stuck on the ground, on the roads.
Yeah.
And, of course, that gets blown around.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't there a certain point that it's just too cold outside that salt really doesn't work on those roadways?
Yeah, checked on that. Looks like 10 to 15 degrees is kind of that window. Once you get below 10 degrees, it's really as effective as throwing some sand down on the ground.
Well, we're way past that.
Oh, we are way past that. Right now, you're looking at where the snow is falling, and it looks like areas along I-44, the snow's pretty much come to an end outside of maybe some lingering flurries. To the south, though, we're still getting some light accumulations over southern Missouri, and then it picks up as you head south of the state line into places like Mountain Home and Yellville and flipping over toward Norfolk Lake.
Okay, so we're looking at Futurecast right now. What are we expecting with Futurecast?
The snow coming to an end this evening, and then after that, we're going to find partly to mostly cloudy skies the remainder of the night. Like last night, can't completely rule out maybe some streamers of snow trying to come off of some of our area lakes.
Yeah, which was really cool to see. Lake effect snow.
Yeah, believe it or not. Yes, we don't have the Great Lakes, but we do have some large lakes here in the Ozarks now. And if you get a nice fetch coming along the length of that lake, you can get these little streamers of clouds that will produce some flurries or maybe even some very minor accumulations like that.
Yeah, that's what we had coming off Stockton Lake last night. I was in Stratford for a while, and I even texted Jamie and said, hey, it's really snowing here. And I think that's what it was from.
I think so, too. And then looking at the forecast for tomorrow, there is, if you're a snow lover up to the north, you didn't get much today, there is going to be a shot at some light snow tomorrow. It looks like it comes in late morning through the afternoon hours. there could be some minor accumulations with that. I don't think we're going to see much,
Okay.
but we could see maybe a dusting to a half an inch with that wave. That's generally going to be north of Highway
And
60.
clearly it's cold enough, anything could stick. So
Yeah, I mean that's the good news. I mean, unlike past events this year, I mean where you're fighting road temperatures or you're fighting air temperatures, it's so cold that just about every snowflake is going to stick.
that's a good way to put it.
And looking at our totals, you can see again, and this includes tomorrow with that next wave of very light snow, a dusting to maybe 3/4 of an inch up closer to central Missouri. Here in southern Missouri, we've picked up our 1 to 2 inches. Again, that's south of Highway 60 down to about the state line, and then south of the state line, 2 to 4 inches, and most of that is going to come from snow, that we've had, and the snow that we see that's wrapping up this evening in northern Arkansas.
Okay, and locally higher amounts would not be completely out of the question with this. For tonight, temperature-wise, are we going to drop a lot?
Yeah, we are going to drop too much, but it's been brutal all day. I mean, temperatures in Springfield, I think we're looking at a record low high temperature for the date. Looks like about 0 for today. We're going to drop a few degrees overnight tonight. We're going to go a little bit below 0, and that you can say for all areas along and north of the interstate. And like last night, even though the wind chills won't be quite as bad as last night, they did get down to minus 25 in Springfield and into the minus 30 to minus 35 degree range up toward Versailles. Looks like overnight tonight we're looking at wind chills dropping into the minus 5 to minus 15 degree range.
Which is still brutal and still dangerously
dangerous,
cold
yeah.
out there. Tomorrow, we're warming up, still in the single digits.
It's
though.
MLK Day. Here's the good news. A lot of folks are off.
Yes.
Stay inside. Stay away from that cold. Stay warm. Looks like temperatures tomorrow climbing into the single digits along and north of I-44 and into the low to mid-teens to the south of I-44. And then, yes, we factor in some winds, which should generally be light, but we're still looking at wind chills tomorrow in the 5 above range to the south to maybe minus 10 to the north.
Okay, are we going to get out of this anytime soon?
We are.
Okay, you promise?
A little bit. It relaxes. Looking at our
Okay.
forecast, you can see for Tuesday, after lows below 0 again, we're looking at highs in the mid-teens on Tuesday. That comes with sunny skies. So I think on Tuesday, we're going to melt off, I think, most of the snow, at least on roads. And I know you're going, why? How can we do that when it's so far
Yeah.
below freezing? Well, the sunshine is still warming up that surface, and that surface, the roads, are absorbing that energy from the sun, and I think you're going to see a lot of that snow, especially areas where we haven't had much snow, melt off.
And you
then
also mentioned
refreeze.
that's kind of in the range where salt starts to work again.
Yeah, and also, here's another thing on the flip side of melting off the snow that's on the roads is, well, that water does go somewhere, and where it goes into a shady spot, it then refreezes. So we get into that scenario where there could be some patchy areas of black ice
Wednesday
developing during the day on Tuesday, heading into Tuesday evening, and then we'll do that again on Wednesday. You can see Wednesday, Natalie, we finally get above freezing. It looks
Yes.
like about 35 for the high. So that means 5 straight days below freezing. Thursday, 39-ish for the high, but we've got a cold front moving through during the day. It's another Arctic front, and it looks like we're going to have falling temperatures by late afternoon. We could see another round. Oftentimes when you get these blasts of Arctic air coming in with these systems, you're going to get a little bit of precipitation. So we could find another little round of light snow with that on Thursday, and then that's going to be followed by just another frigid finish.
Okay.
Looks like about 20 for a high on Friday. Lows in the single digits, maybe Friday morning, certainly Saturday morning, below freezing highs on Saturday, and then we start to recover again on Sunday. And I think that we're going to find a more sustained period of warmer temperatures after Sunday, at least for a little bit.
I was thinking about it this morning. It kind of seems like once we start running the numbers, I have a feeling this is going to be one of the colder Januaries.
It's yeah, and yeah, I think it may be. And even though it looks like temperatures are going to relax as we head into next week, winter's not over,
Oh, no.
and I think we're primed to see probably another outbreak of cold at least once as we move into the month of February, and with that we'll find, I'm sure, additional opportunities at winter weather.
I don't think people are prepared to think about that yet.
Yeah, no.
Mentally. Hey, we have weather aware days that we're going to start using, which I really like the look at. Can you explain that quickly, Jamie?
Yeah, what does that mean? Well, weather aware days, these are just going to be days where we want you to pay closer attention to the weather. We want you to be weather aware. Oftentimes when we're in the midst of severe weather, we say, stay weather aware. We can say that when we get these rounds of snow or intense cold, stay weather aware. You need to know what's going on because you don't want to put yourself in a bad situation because you didn't know what was going on with the weather.
Absolutely. And we've got a few more weather aware days, I'm sure, coming up in the future. Well, Jamie, thank you. Man, wish we would have got a little more snow out of this, but it's
Yeah.
causing enough problems that I don't think people are complaining.
Yeah,
So,
oddly enough, Natalie, and it seems like we've had lots of bouts of snow here
yeah.
over the last several weeks. We've only totaled up about 2.5 inches here in the Springfield area officially. I mean, so we've truly been nickeled and dimed with the events that we've had so far
Well,
this
I'm a
season.
snow lover, so I'm hoping that it'll pay off down the road.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get something big. Thanks, Jamie. Okay, I do want to tell you that I was out and about. Roadways, main roads aren't so bad. Those highways, MoDOT's done a great job getting out there and getting those cleared off. But what we're seeing on some of those side roads, definitely not nearly as clear across the area. Let me find my file for you. Here we go. Here's a look in town. This is at the intersection of Kearney and Glenstone. And if you're on one of the main parts of the road, you're okay. It's when you have to make a turn, or you're going into that suicide lane, or you're getting off the main road and going into a parking lot. It is not good, and I can only imagine that it's probably going to be even worse as we head overnight. Anything, still very, very cold. We're not seeing that salt working. So be extra careful if you do have to go out and about. We've talked about the conditions along I-44, not good at all. You can always check those out. Head to our website, ozarksfirst.com. We have more news coming up here tonight on the Z at 9 p.m. And Sydney and Matt will be on Color 10 at 10 o'clock. So check back then.